Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Julie Chrisley helps Savannah with Thanksgiving meal. This will be Julie Chrisley's second Thanksgiving behind bars, but those closest to her will still feel her presence. She is helping her daughter, Savannah Chrisley, with their holiday meal, but how is that possible? Keep reading to find out what part Julie will be playing in the festivities. It has been nearly 2 years since Todd and Julie Chrisley headed off to their respective prisons. Todd is serving his time in Pensacola, whereas Julie is in Kentucky. This has been quite a struggle for the couple who has limited communication. They must rely on their daughter, Savannah Chrisley, to relay love messages when she speaks to her parents. She has spoken out on the atrocious living conditions her parents have been subjected to, especially Todd. The holidays only amplify the fact that this is not a short-term situation. Last year, Nanny Faye Chrisley was visiting friends in Florida, so she went to see Todd on Thanksgiving. In the blink of an eye, the holiday has rolled around, and Savannah is in charge of everything. She wanted to keep the traditions alive as much as she could. So when she visited Julie recently, she was able to get some help from her mother and shared it on her Instagram. Rather than cracking open a recipe book or searching online, Savannah had Julie write down all she needed to know to make the perfect homemade holiday meal. Julie Chrisley wrote down a whole menu for Savannah, which included several pasta dishes and a salad. There were also desserts, and then she added all of the ingredients necessary. Last but not least, Julie added in the exact type of paper plates her daughter should purchase. This may not be the typical turkey and mashed potatoes, but it does look like a feast. Now, Savannah Chrisley can have her mother at her holiday meal and pay homage to her in a very special way. Julie Chrisley had her resentencing, and it did not go the way that anyone in the family had hoped. In fact, her probation was extended by 2 years, which blew Savannah Chrisley and her followers away. She addressed it on her Unlocked podcast, as she often gives prison updates. It did not seem fair that this would happen with no rhyme or reason, and some fans agreed. Is there a way for this judge to be removed? Keep fighting, Savannah. That's ridiculous when people who murder people are walking around free. Of course, not everyone cared and felt that the family should face the consequences of their actions. Regardless, Savannah will keep fighting for her parents and won't back down. Until then, she will have a lovely holiday meal courtesy of Julie. Do you think it is sweet that Julie and Savannah worked together for Thanksgiving? More so, will it make it that much more special? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Julie Chrisley, known for her warm personality and her ability to turn any ordinary day into something extraordinary, found herself in the middle of a heartwarming family moment this Thanksgiving. It had been a whirlwind year for the Chrisleys, one filled with challenges, tears, resilience, and an ever-growing bond that tied them closer than ever. But this particular Thanksgiving held a deeper meaning, especially for Savannah Chrisley, who had shouldered the immense responsibility of hosting her first full family Thanksgiving meal. Savannah, stylish as ever yet visibly anxious, paced around her kitchen early in the morning. This wasn't just any meal. It was the kind of Thanksgiving where memories would be etched into family lore for decades to come. Todd Chrisley had jokingly teased her about having big shoes to fill, referring to Julie's well-known mastery of holiday feasts. And that teasing had secretly planted a seed of worry in Savannah's heart. The air smelled of cinnamon and fresh coffee as Savannah stood in front of a chaotic kitchen counter, her phone clutched in one hand, a turkey recipe in the other, and her blonde hair pulled back in a messy ponytail. "I should have just ordered everything from a caterer," she mumbled. Just then, the doorbell chimed. Savannah opened the door to find Julie standing there, holding 2 reusable grocery bags filled with her secret arsenal of spices, pans, and a few family recipes she had sworn to never let go of. Julie's warm smile immediately eased some of Savannah's nerves. "Thought you might need a little backup," Julie said, stepping into the kitchen like a superhero arriving just in time to save the day. "Mom, you're literally saving Thanksgiving," Savannah said, hugging her tightly. "I'm so scared I'm going to mess it all up." Julie laughed, placing her bags on the counter. "Honey, cooking a Thanksgiving meal isn't about perfection. It's about love. And sometimes a good amount of butter." With that, they dove right into the kitchen chaos. Julie rolled up her sleeves, slipping into her natural role as the calm, collected guide while Savannah became her determined yet slightly clumsy sous chef. The turkey, still thawing slightly, sat in the sink like a daunting obstacle. Julie tapped Savannah's hand as she reached for the knife. "First lesson, patience. You don't rush the turkey, darling. The turkey runs the show." They worked side by side, preparing a menu that blended tradition with Savannah's modern flair. Julie took charge of the turkey, skillfully seasoning it with her blend of garlic, rosemary, thyme, and lemon zest, while Savannah focused on creating her version of sweet potato casserole topped with candied pecans instead of marshmallows. As they worked, conversation flowed easily, filled with laughter and light-hearted teasing. Julie shared old stories of Thanksgiving's past, like the year Todd had tried to fry a turkey outside and nearly set the driveway on fire, or when Chase had eaten half the pumpkin pie filling before it even made it into the oven. Savannah paused at one point, leaning on the counter and smiling at her mom. "I never realized how much you did for us every single year. I mean, you made it look so easy." Julie turned from basting the turkey and smiled softly. "That's because I had help from all of you. Family meals are never about one person carrying all the weight. It's about everyone bringing something to the table, even if it's just good conversation or a willingness to do the dishes." That line hit home for Savannah, who had been feeling the weight of responsibility ever since stepping into more leadership roles within the family. Hosting Thanksgiving felt symbolic of everything else she'd been juggling. Being strong for her siblings, handling business ventures, and trying to keep her life together in the face of public scrutiny. Julie seemed to sense this too. She reached over and squeezed Savannah's hand. "You're doing amazing, Savannah. Hosting this dinner, it's not just about cooking food. It's about holding family close, especially when things feel uncertain. And you're doing that beautifully." The two women returned to work with renewed energy. The kitchen became a symphony of clinking pans, timers buzzing, and the occasional giggle when something went hilariously wrong, like when Savannah accidentally spilled flour across half the counter and herself. Julie quickly grabbed a towel, laughing. "Okay, flour fight after dinner, not before." As hours passed, the smell of roasting turkey and fresh-baked rolls filled the house. Savannah set the dining table with care, using a mix of rustic decor and chic, golden accents, her personal touch. Julie plated the final dishes, including her signature cornbread dressing and homemade cranberry sauce.